Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform, to become your spiritual server. And welcome Aries Sun, Aries Moon, and Aries Rising, or anybody who just wants to hang out with the Aries Tribe and develop that energy, to your August 2018 report. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. And what in the world is happening for you this August? At the time of me making this, it is the 16th, so we are halfway through August, but of course the energies will, or what I'm going to be talking about and channel in this video, will still be very much so applicable. But we are out of eclipse season. We are finally out of eclipse season. It was a very intense, transformative, beautiful time, but also could have been proving to be rather uncomfortable during just where were these eclipses happening. You know, we had the new moon solar eclipse that we just had at 18 degrees of Leo. So of course for you, this is the 5th house, having to do with your heart. In many ways, your inner child, you know, children if you have any of them. So this was certainly a time, a transformation when it comes to your heart and expressing and creating. We also have to consider, Aries, you know, Venus is in your 7th house of Libra. It's your opposite sign. So with Venus now opposing your energy, you are really coming into a space where you're having to be more open to other people around you, more open to, you know, balancing and harmonizing with other people, right? And of course, we do have Uranus retrograde in your 2nd house, but we'll come back into your 1st house not too long from now, actually. I can just... I have the planet watch up here right now, so I can just fast forward a couple of them. It looks like it's going to be sometime in November when it actually officially goes back into your sign. So that's, you know, a little bit more ahead, but still, Uranus is heading back into your sign, so that's going to be a rather interesting shift right there. But, you know, for now, it is still in your 2nd house, which is having to do with levels of self-worth, value, confidence, luxuries, what you're attracted to and open up to. And of course, we'd have to consider that the one of the rulers of Taurus, Venus, is in Libra at home. So it's kind of interesting. Plus, we have a lot of these retrograde energies. So you may have been feeling sluggish, Aries, with all these retrograde energies. You are certainly wanting to move things forward, especially with your ruling planet Mars having retrograded back into Capricorn, and it's going to go back to 28 degrees of Capricorn, where it will soon go direct at the end of this month, which will be another very powerful transit, which I will probably be making a video, probably just a Mars video for all the 12 signs. I probably won't split them up like this, but I'll probably just do an overall video. But will definitely prove you'll be certainly happy, because now you'll finally get that fire underneath and you'll be able to really push forward in a super powerful way, especially with Mars being exalted in Capricorn. You really are looking towards the future. But as far as your card, we have the heart chakra, and you know, Scorpio drew this card as well. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. So certainly a very beautiful card to draw, and very much so applicable, considering the fact that the North Node is in your 5th house, Mercury retrograde is in your 5th house, although it will be coming direct in just a few days, and we do have the Sun finishing up in your 5th house for at least this first part of August. So definitely very applicable. This is definitely going to be a time for you to really open up your heart and to really find that, you know, find that authenticity and become that authenticity. I like to say that, you know, you should really kind of embody that energy of Leo, where you love for love's sake, and you radiate that love with a very fervent passion. So this is going to be a rather interesting month for you. And like I said, you really are going to be, you're slowly starting to feel yourself come back. Because when you have all these retrograde planets, and you're very much so, you know, Mars, your ruling planet, can go the longest without going retrograde. It goes almost 2 years Mars can go before it goes retrograde. And that's just based off of the position it has with the Earth in relation to the Sun. But Mars can go a long time without retrograde. So you definitely can go, 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 go. And you're going to slowly, as August continues to progress, you're going to start to feel more and more and more and more of that firepower. So let's see what the other cards have to say. And what energies you're going to be playing with this August. Alright. At the time of me making this video, the moon is in Scorpio, so it's quincunxing your energy. So we'll see what exactly is going on. Alright. And even though Mars is, right now it's at the 29th degree of Capricorn, so it's right at the edge of Capricorn. Even though Mars is there, and even though it's retrograde, it is, exalted in Capricorn. So you are definitely most certainly looking forward towards the future. Interesting though, the first card that we get is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is speaking to, you are kind of in this position, and this could be in part due to the fact that Jupiter is quincunxing your energy as well. But the Knight of Cups is you kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve, right? Going for your passions. Going and letting your emotions guide you in a sense. And the Knight of Cups, certainly means well and definitely wants to show compassion. But sometimes the Knight of Cups allows their emotions to kind of get the best of them. So I'm thinking what this is that, well, it's something that I've been wanting to tell a lot of people. And it's one of the tenets of my philosophy is the learning how to develop emotional intelligence. We also have the Six of Pentacles that just popped out. So you may be feeling quite charitable this month. Like you might be wanting to give of yourself, but maybe it probably is hard for you to give of yourself right now, and that's simply because of all these retrograde planets. But Uranus in your second house is actually wanting you to kind of, exemplify through your actions, and then of course, give that through Uranus being there. Some type of service to other people. And it's going to be a rather practical service that you give, of course, because it is, Uranus in Taurus. It's a fixed earth sign. We do have the Seven of Swords, so maybe you haven't been feeling like you can give yourself, because maybe you feel like you have been left out of the picture. Maybe you have been feeling like there are other people that have been trying to take advantage of you. And maybe that is all this energy. And that could also be, the fact that Chiron is in your sign right now. Chiron's in your sign, and it's technically still making a square over to Saturn in Capricorn, which is your 10th house. So there's this aspect, certainly, where you're definitely wanting to move forward, but you have kind of like this past that's kind of holding you back. But the Chiron is known as the wounded healer. It's meant to heal. So you may be focused on aspects of yourself in the past, and you have to remember that Chiron will be coming back into Pisces later on this year. So its transit in Pisces, at least for right now, is not finished. We still have some spiritual work and some spiritual healing that we have to do. But Chiron in your sign is making you a little bit more vulnerable right now. Let's see what else we have, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck we actually have is the Hermit. We have the Hermit as the bottom of the deck. And below the Hermit, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So what I see this as is that perhaps you are wanting to become or kind of embody this Knight of Pentacles energy, or perhaps you will know someone that wants to help you in this sphere. This could be either a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. And it definitely could be a Virgo, because it is, the Hermit is the card of Virgo. But the Hermit here is actually this knight who they may reveal themselves to you. And I kind of want to see what their purpose is, and maybe that's what the rest of these cards are. That whoever this Knight of Pentacles is, they're going to kind of reveal themselves to you, and maybe even show you a particular way at looking at your situation, and maybe even teach you how to open up your heart more. Well, let's see what other cards we have here. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the Two of Cups. Interesting. Oh. We have the Fool in reverse. And then we have the Four of Wands. What? Okay, this is very interesting. Because with all these cards, this is telling me that, Aries, some of you guys may have been caught up in a relationship that maybe didn't go exactly the way you thought it was going to go. And maybe that's what the Hermit is. Maybe some of you are leaving a relationship and you're having to kind of go on your own and find your own value and your own worth. Like I said, this is a general reading, so that doesn't apply to everyone. But when you have 3 reversal cards here, and since they are of such a positive nature, it seems that, some of you potentially either you are leaving a relationship or maybe you are contemplating a particular relationship to go forward. You're wondering if this is the right path. You're wondering if this person can, kind of help you rise to another level. Of course, you have to take personal responsibility and do it for yourself. But then you have the Fool here, which means that you may be a little naive. And then the Four of Wands in reverse means that there may not be as much of a harmonious connection as you want. But the Two of Cups is upright. We still have the Two of Cups upright. And this is a beautiful card because this is actually emotional intelligence. That's what I like to call this card. The card of emotional intelligence. So, just based off of the nature of these 4 cards down here, I do want to draw a few more. I want to draw a card on... Okay, I want to draw a card on what does this mean for those who are in a relationship. And that's going to be this first card. The Nine of Swords. So you're having some type of anxieties about this. You are in a romantic relationship. If it's not romantic, it could be about a friend, a family member, or a colleague, but you're having some reservations about this connection. But you feel it still. You still feel the connection. And look, you're even wanting to open up your heart, but maybe what's happening here is that you are caught in a similar situation that seems karmic and fated. But, and you want to even give yourself to this person. We have the Knight of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. It's even showing that you want to give yourself to this person, perhaps. But are you focusing on times in the past where you've been stabbed in the back? Or times in the past where you felt like you were left out of abundance? What about if you're single, though? If you're single, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is actually you holding on to your singledom. The Four of Pentacles is asking you to actually release yourself because, once again, perhaps there was a situation in the past where you connected with an individual and it didn't quite work out the way that you wanted it to. Maybe you had rose-tinted glasses on, and now you're kind of building up these walls to protect yourself. And you might have been like, I'm just going to live the single life, screw that. But there's someone in your life who has come in who's giving you the flutters, and, it is okay to be open. It's okay to open up your heart. In fact, Venus in your opposite sign means that you definitely are going through a time right now where situations within relationships are very much so karmic and very much so very prevalent in your life right now. Bottom of the deck, though, we do have the Ten of Cups, so that lets me know that actually there's a very positive ending to all of this. Whether this is a relationship that you might already be in, and maybe you're worried about the direction of the relationship, or perhaps some of you are single and there's someone in your life that really kind of gives your heart the flutters, but you're so worried about what's happened in the past. And even, like I said, that Knight of Cups and Six of Pentacles, you want to give yourself to this person, but you also find value in your alone time, right? Because remember, we do have the Hermit card with the Knight of Pentacles. So you're even trying to think of this logically. It's like, okay, should I go or should I stay? Should I be with this person? Should I not be with this person? But you're coming at it from a very logical place. And really, it's like you need to kind of come out of your head and come into your heart. It's very interesting. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so this card's kind of just flipped up. We have the Lover's card and the Four of Swords. So yeah, some of you are definitely contemplating a relationship that you're going through right now. Some of you are definitely contemplating whether or not that person is your twin flame, your soulmate. We have the Ace of Wands. So I think your situation is really what you make of it. I think your situation right now is really how you perceive it to be. And really, it's really up to you whether or not you see the magic in that connection or not, whether you feel like you can open yourself up to this person or not. And I would even go as far as to say that this all starts with you. If there's a particular individual that and obviously, I want to say this, Aries, whoever this person is that you're connecting to, if you happen to be in a relationship, whoever your romantic partner is definitely a very beautiful and spiritual relationship that you guys have. Maybe you are going through a bit of a rough time because you might be worried about some of the details in your life, and this is also the fact that we have 7 energies retrograde, and they're going to slowly start to come back online. So you haven't really been feeling yourself. So there could be a potentiality here where you might be projecting onto your partner different repressed aspects of yourself that need to be healed, and you want them to be healed. But maybe you've been asking your partner to take on so much of this without you taking the personal responsibility to, work on yourself. But what is beautiful is that this person definitely seems to want to share space and show compassion for your healing, for your evolving. But I do feel like, even though we have the Lovers with the 4 of Swords, and even though some of you, if you're in a relationship, you might be taking a break. It doesn't mean that you guys are done, but you might be taking a bit of a break. Or maybe you just need to go on like a little personal retreat somewhere to kind of recollect yourself. For those of you who are single, watch out. There's going to be someone who's going to really just spark your fantasy over the course of August. If it hasn't already happened, it'll happen towards the end of August, and it may even definitely happen. For some of you, it could be a work colleague. Although I caution you, because work relationships that evolve into romantic relationships can get sticky, they can get weird, but it also is dependent upon you, how that goes. And really, everyone's experience is unique to them. And who am I to tell someone that they can't date someone that they work with? Plenty of people do, plenty of people make it work out. So it's really your prerogative. But from what I see is that there are some anxieties and worries in this area of your life. But Venus is here to bring harmony and peace to this area. And we even have to consider this is further past August, but Venus will retrograde back into Libra. So you're going to get an opportunity to kind of go through a deeper review period of your relationships when Venus retrogrades from Scorpio back into Libra and it opposes your sign. So, this relationship theme isn't really over for you, but with that new moon solar eclipse, as I said earlier, is giving you the opportunity to really live from your heart space. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, that card is really one to come out. And interesting enough, we do have the solar plexus chakra, which is the frequency of the solar plexus chakra. The yellow flower of life supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, and as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. It's a beautiful card. It's actually a particular chakra that I need to work on myself. But this is a very powerful card to draw here, because it's like, you are cardinal fire. So you are the natural firebender, Aries, and you can actually will things into existence just simply by action. Now, you want to take, purposeful action, and I would even say that's almost like the theme for you is purposeful action within relationships. And first of all, that starts with yourself, by acknowledging the relationship with yourself as divine, and therefore you acknowledge all your relationships in your life as divine. The solar plexus chakra, though, is asking you to have the willpower to really, to love yourself unconditionally, to really radiate that light. The solar plexus, it reminds one of the sun, right? And just that infinite exuberance that the sun has. And when you pour that energy, and then you pour it into the heart and really express from that place and what you love, truly anything is possible. But you definitely are going to be feeling like you're getting your footing back. Your power is going to be coming back. Mercury will come back online soon in your 5th house. So you're really going to start communicating from your heart. And people are actually going to start understanding what you meant. People might have taken things out of context while Mercury was retrograde here. But going forward, people are going to start to understand you. With Mars coming forward at the end of the month, you're really going to be feeling yourself again. And it's going to be all systems go. That is it for your reading, Aries. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to theAquarianAdepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.